Ahead of a recount in one shoreline town, police are now investigating a possible break-in at a town facility where ballots were being stored. Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland is live in the mobile newsroom in Fairfield with the details. Matt, what happened here?
Hi there, Marcy. This is where Fairfield police are focusing their investigation. This is actually the senior center of the site where next week's recount will be held in that close race for first selectman here in Fairfield. Now, according to Fairfield police, officers were called to the town facility on Mona Terrace on Thursday. Not only is the senior center a polling location, but it's also used to store election equipment and ballots ahead of next week's recount. Here in Fairfield, Democrat Bill Gerber beat the incumbent first select woman, Republican Brenda Kupchik, by just 42 votes Tuesday, triggering that recount. Fairfield police tell us the state's attorney's office, the Connecticut State Police, they are now investigating, and the secretary of the state's office is keeping a close eye on this too. In a statement saying, our office is aware of a potential incident that was reported Thursday night in Fairfield near the site of the town's secure ballot storage. The Connecticut State Police and the Office of the Chief State's Attorney are conducting an investigation to determine if a crime took place, and the State Elections Enforcement Commission has been alerted. According to the Secretary of the state, plans for that recount on Tuesday are still on, pending the results of the investigation. We're live with the mobile newsroom in Fairfield. Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.